So, how good of a scarer was Don Carlton? Well, he may have been the old-timer of Uzma Kappa, but he was also the monster who could climb on walls and ceilings with his suction cups. He had the leadership abilities that can only come from decades of experience in the professional world. And when he arrived at Monsters Inc. after graduation, he accomplished something that even James P. Sullivan was never able to do. After decades of waiting, but how long did that journey actually take him? What did his rookie year look like at Monsters Inc.? And compared to the rest of Uzma Kappa, how did he perform? Well, by going through his background, abilities, and scaring stats, I have the answer. Now, Dangerous Don Carlton was born on July 18th in a town called Burnsville, and he grew up to be a 5' 3" tall monster who weighed in at 289 pounds. And according to his profile on the MU website, Don had dreamed of being a scarer ever since he was young. In high school, Don was even so well known for scaring that he was known as a monster of the silent scare. But unfortunately, the scarer path would not be a straightforward one for him. According to the Art of Monsters University, Don tried to shoot for the stars after high school, but inevitably felt he had to be realistic and hunker down to do something safe. So he turned away from his raw abilities and went into sales in the textile industry. And for the next 30 years, Don dedicated himself to that life until it all came crashing down. When an economic downturn led to his company being downsized, he was laid off and ready to reinvent his life. With the opportunity to change course, Don Carlton decided to give scaring another go. He got into Monsters University, started attending classes, and was quickly kicked out of the program. His second attempt at becoming a scarer had failed. But as he liked to say, he didn't throw himself a pity party. Don kept his head up, switched his major to computer science, and started to thrive. He became a founding member of Monsters University's newest fraternity, Uzma Kappa, and stepped into the role as president. Through his fraternity, he developed a diverse group of brothers, and he even met his future wife, Sherry Squibbles. Life was looking up for good old Don Carlton, but when Mike Wazowski and James P. Sullivan arrived at the Uzma Kappa house, his life would change forever. In an effort to get back into the scaring program, the monsters of Uzma Kappa competed in the annual Scare Games. They faced every trial, survived every competition, and slowly proved to Dean Hardscrabble and every student at Monsters University that they were some of the best scarers on campus. And while Mike and Sully were inevitably expelled from MU, they were critical in helping Don achieve his decades-long dream of making it into the Scare program. On Don's third and most likely final attempt to make it as a scarer, he finally earned his shot, and he didn't waste it. After graduating from Monsters University, Don officially accepted an offer to be a scarer at Monsters Incorporated, where he was quickly given the nickname Dangerous Don Carlton. But how did he actually perform once he became a scarer? Well, according to his official bio on his scare card, Don developed an aggressive scaring